Hello. How are you? Am I coming out of the speakers? I'm not. I'm Craig. This is Flooded. I wanted to make a quick video because I was watching TikTok and I noticed people are posting footage of people making a Star Wars, what I thought was film. And of course, it's not a film. They are shooting the prequel to Rogue One, which is a 12-part series for Disney Plus, and it's called Andor, which has been directed by Tony Gilroy. Tony Gilroy, he is a solid director, 64, seasoned, knows what he's doing. He's a screenwriter. He wrote the screenplays for the first 4 Bourne films. Michael Clayton, Duplicity with Julia Roberts and Clive Owen. And he co-wrote Rogue One, which did quite well, 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, if you go by that. The TV series follows the character of Cassian Andor, played by Diego Luna. And when all these trucks turned up at a certain location in the UK, the locals got excited because the location was Blackpool, just northwest of Manchester. Blackpool is a seaside town. The UK has lots of seaside towns around its edges that were very popular during the Victorian days. Now they're mainly visiting fishing resorts and places people go to at the weekend. And to be honest and to be fair, they have been struggling ever since flights became very affordable to fly to the south of France and all around the world, really. So it became as cheap to fly to another country, a nice hot country, as opposed to going just north of Manchester. So these places are usually a little bit run down, to be honest. I come from a little seaside town called Bridlington, and it's a nice enough place, but they are struggling during the winter months, that's for sure. But so you can imagine when Star Wars comes to your town, it gets pretty exciting. And some people have been capturing, taking photographs. This is a YouTube channel for something called you can see him there, Streetrogue Photography. Full credit to this chap. Only 509 subscribers, so go give them some love and subscribe to their channel. Here is some stills that this chap has taken, and you're seeing these actors wearing these like balaclavas, and you can see these kind of stormtroopery beige outfits that they're wearing, which I'll talk about in a minute. And you can see there's green screens in place. There's a camera. I'm not sure what camera that is, and I probably should find out. But that is not miles away from the sort of camera I would use. But it's probably a Red or something. So, a pretty basic setup for a camera, to be honest with you. Which made me think, is this a second unit? This guy here, this uniform. Oh, and there's our main man, Diego Luna, who was obviously in Rogue One, and I think he might have been something to do with getting this made. I think he's down as an executive producer as well. Actors always end up executive producers for some reason. It's a kind of weird that they do, but they do. I suppose it becomes a contractual thing. He looks a bit tousled, doesn't he? Just woken up, got out of bed, doesn't need it. I don't need any makeup. I'll just go as I am. So I don't know what the character's done. You can see the edge of the camera there. But I don't know what this character's done, but it looks like he's been a little bit through the wars. Why am I showing you this so small? Why don't I show you it's like full screen like that? It looks like he's been a little bit through the wars. This is like gone back in time. So he's maybe it's before he's kind of joining the rebellion. Very small unit, I got to be honest with you. I'm very surprised. Glad to see people wearing the masks. God bless you all. And even if you aren't a fan of the masks or have a lot of faith in the masks, I think there's a contractual obligation to wear them when you're on set. You can't film unless you are wearing them. So there'll be people from the local council watching. Police will stomp in and arrest you for not having your masks on. And there he is, looking delighted to be a central character in a Star Wars franchise. Look at the delight in that man's face. It's so great. I'll skip through. I'm not going to go. Here's a good shot of now these guys are called shore troopers, and they look good. I love the leather. Notoriously terrible armor. Any blaster can get through their armor, which I bet when they're giving it, they're like, have you got any other armor? Because he's got his blaster there. And just wearing brown trousers. I don't know anything about shore troopers. I don't know if they're clones or if they're individuals. No distinct markings that I can see. But these steps and these railings, they're there. If you and these poles, they're there. If you go to Blackpool, you can go and sit on that step, which is featured in the series. Well, not featured, but it's the backdrop to the scene shot here. You can go here. And I'm going to show you some footage at the minute, sort of wandering around this location. And here's a guy saying, right, what I want you to do is stand there and then stand over there and then go over there. All right? Good. And then just send us your invoice, 50 quid. All right? That's the end of that. So he's got some great shots there. Again, that's streetrogue photography. Credit to them. But I found footage from Visit Fylde Coast's YouTube channel. This lady here, I don't know her name, but she's got lots of videos, probably about 10 videos detailing the filming that's going on in Blackpool. And go and watch them. They're 10 to like 20 minutes long, and she's very funny. She hasn't got a clue what's going on. She knows nothing about Star Wars. Sometimes refers to it as Star Trek. She's fantastic, and they're very entertaining. So go and subscribe. Go and support this channel. But rather than play the videos through here, I hope she doesn't mind that I've kind of just cut them down a little bit. And because these are interesting. From a film and pop culture point of view, this is historically interesting, certainly to me. E&E Industries sent a letter to everybody in the area in Blackpool. It's actually an area called Cleveley. Just pointing out, between the 5th and 6th of May 2021, they're going to be filming. They introduce themselves as people that this is what they're going to do. And it's all very proper and polite, and I like it. And they're explaining exactly what they're going to do. They included... plans of areas they're going to film in. I think this is a section where they're going to be filming flybys on a helicopter. And look at taking up the whole sea area. This is wandering down the seafront now, and look at these little tables. And this, it's just so Star Wars. Nearly said Star Trek. It's so Star Wars. It's perfect. And everything, they're probably not featured, but these lights are right. These look like wind turbines from Star Wars. The railings are fine. Look, the texture of the ground is fine. It all looks look at this lovely round shelter. These are all features that you can imagine existing in Star Wars. There you can see these look like wind turbines. They probably are. I don't know what they are. The lights look good. The curved structures, the wind baffles, or whatever you want to call them. This area here, which is sand and grass, gets covered with like a metal mesh. In a minute, I'm going to show you, or she's going to show us. My thinking is that it's probably designed to also be seen on camera, but possibly not. Because I certainly know when I've done events in fields and things like that, that prevent people getting muddy and whatnot, and mud to be carried around. They put these meshes down. Here you can see the blue screen being used against the green. That's why they're not using green of the palm trees in a row. Possibly the shot is looking down the line of the trees all against this so the editor can cut it out nice and easily. Interesting that these are big trusses kept on cranes so they can be moved around and placed exactly or wherever you want without having to put lighting stands up with sandbags on the bottom. Much easier. Here, you're not seeing a bunch of sand people or bunch of sand people arriving. These are the extras, and they're wearing these black outfits, I think, to cover up the costumes so the keen photographers can't see them. But also, it's keeping them warm because it is so cold here right now. We're talking -1, not -1, but 1 degree, 1 to 8 degrees Celsius, I think, is probably what they're experiencing over there. And you can see the costumes coming through these black cloaks. Maybe they are part of the costume, but I doubt it. You can see her, she's wearing some sort of curious hat. And this lady here from the truck is giving out little bags. Now, she's checking their wrists, I think, for some sort of ID and giving them a bag. I don't know what's in the bag, obviously, but it could be props, maybe? Necklaces, scarves, type of thing that characters should be wearing. Could be their sandwiches for the day. I've got absolutely no idea. There's a generator in the front. And they're picking up the bag and then they're wandering up to dress the set. And I guess they'll be dotted all the way along the seafront here, probably for the flyby with the helicopter. And then you can see there's some there must be something being featured there because they've got 2 or 3 green screens up. So my thinking is that there is some activity there that is being filmed in sort of close up. You can see these curved structures. You'll see more of them later on. They're kind of like little stalls from the film. And here's one of the bags. Maybe the bag is actually the prop. I don't know. It's odd, isn't it? She's walking up. And in the back there, you can see there's a guy, and he's got a shore trooper suit of armor on underneath that cloak. Now, there's something about him because he's getting a lot of attention by people. This chap here is holding you see that? It's like a glass bowl, which I think is part of this prop here, which is, I think, a prop associated with the market. I don't know if this is something that's like a market stall. We keep seeing this with these blue poles popping up. So my thinking is this might be a thing. I'd love it if this was a major location in the story. The main character has to come here to get something. Maybe the MacGuffin comes from this market. Wouldn't that be awesome? Because that would put Blackpool on the map. And here they are. I don't know. There's a little stall there. I'm looking to see what kind of a sort of little trolley that is. It's not sound. Could be makeup. Hard to tell. What else is going on here? It's hard to tell. There's not much I can see there. But back to this guy at the railing. This is the shore trooper in the armored costume. And he's looking like he wants to jump over that fence, isn't he? From a distance now. There he is. He's taking his shawl off and he's putting his helmet on. Everyone's getting clear. There's a guy there saying stand by. Everyone running to record and action. Oh, he's waiting for the action and stand by. Action. One guy's jumping the fence here. And then he's jumping too. Oh, yeah. Looks like a good take. So what's interesting is when he jumps over that fence, there's like steps, as you can see here. These steps go all the way along the front. And it's just an amazing set, I think. I didn't know this existed. I've not really been to Blackpool. I know about the tower. But I love it. I love that they've built this because it's really nice. I love that the waves come right up to the steps like that. I've never seen that before because this is all going to get eroded and knocked into the sea, isn't it? And you might see in the distance there, that structure in the water. That there is not a piece of wreckage. It is not a rock. That is actually a sculpture that's been there for 10 years. And it looks a little bit like a cone. But it looks like ribs of metal in a cone shape. And that's been there a long time. But apparently it's being used in the filming as some piece of set. She says some sort of portal, but I don't think it has been used as a portal. I think it's probably just been used as a piece of wreckage or something. And then she goes for a wander around. This is when they're not filming here yet. They're not set up, so this will be earlier in the week, perhaps. The production, this is going back in time now, so production aren't here yet. You're just getting details of where they actually film. This is where they had the little market stands, the little stalls. You can see that blue edging up there. Just take it back. That blue edging up there is all going to get decorated. You'll see that in a minute. Look at this lovely round design. It's all absolutely perfect. The walls look good. They get rid of the bins, obviously. These are the poles for the wind turbines, and look how weathered they look. It's just perfect. And it just looks so right. It's such a find. Brilliant location hunting. Look at this wonderful structure here, which is like somewhere to sit in the winter to keep the wind off you, get a bit of shelter, and then down onto the front. And here you see the panels that are covering the sand and the grass. They've got design on them. That's what made me think these might get seen. They've actually got a pattern on them, but maybe, probably not. I don't know. And here you can see. So this isn't exact. I think they filmed. It was much further down where they filmed the guy jumping over the edge there, the shore trooper jumping. But this is what he would have been jumping onto, these steps, which go straight down into the water. Look at that. So you could have like a vessel right up to the steps, like a starcraft has crashed into the sea. This is walking back towards the cafe, and this is the structure I mentioned, the sculpture, that gets completely submerged in the sea when the sea comes in. This is another day. Production is well underway, and you can see this is up by the cafe. Here's the curved baffles, and we've got these wires here. These are hoists. It looks like a stunt actor, perhaps, because I don't think they're in costume. And we're talking about these flybys. They had a helicopter one day going up and down with this camera attached on the front of the helicopter, which is probably featuring the front and the sea. Maybe not so much the city behind. And it's doing these low flybys at speed, which is kind of like your establishing shot usually, isn't it? That'll be going up and down, take after take after take, smooth as possible. Beautiful. As it comes wide, you can see these wonderful structures. These are not put there by production. They're there. You can go there and see these things. They exist. They've been there a long time. All part of Blackpool. Or Cleveley, as this area is known, just north of Blackpool. There you can see Blackpool Tower in the background. Fencing put up by production. Stairway. This looks like earlier yet. So this is before they got the palm trees out. Here's them arriving. What a big production number this is. And here's the cranes they used for the screens. There's a paramedic there being nice and friendly. And here you can see somebody putting up the transfers for that detailing around that edge I mentioned. And these curved units are part of the market. So this is the cafe with the big round design on the floor that we were at a minute ago. And here we see the palm trees are up. Whether they're positioned or not, I don't know. The detailing is finished. And the set is nearly good to go. This is where the production team are housing themselves during this. You can see there's various vehicles. There's Mr. Lou and big tent in the background there. What's that for? I don't know. Catering maybe? Props, costumes. Looks like they've got about a good couple of hundred extras here. And there's a big wide shot from the beach of the cafe. You can see the big crane here, which is the hoist. It's got the hoists on it. And I don't know what you'd use that for, but if you're doing any jetpack stuff with like a stormtrooper or something like that, then that would be perfectly used for that. You know, it looks like it's specifically for films. That's why they painted the thing green. But you can't really see what's going on. Although they have stopped people walking onto the beach in front of the cafe. There's a really good shot of the big structure. I mean, it's like 10 feet high. Look, doesn't it look like the back end of a spaceship or something? It's been there for 10 years. I love it. I love that it's there, and the sea just comes in and covers it up. Here's a this is curious. Don't mess with that guy, he'll have you. And you see the line they put in the sand to stop people crossing, and there's another vis vest wearing volunteer there. And here is just behind the cafe, and it looks like costumes. Come and get your black cloak. And probably Portaloo. This obviously is not being filmed. And this is down the back. People are crowding around now. You can see there's a couple of radio mics here. So it's possible one of these trucks is a sound truck. And again, you can see these like candy sticks, and there's like candies or sweets here, and these little very, I don't know, very happy-go-lucky, almost very Disney-like, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory-like structures for this market. I'm quite curious to know what this is, where this place is. I bet this is like 1 minute of footage, maybe less. You can't really see much else that's going on there. It's the crowd are gathering though, all taking their TikToks. And there it is, very much a big sort of production number. There's the hoist you can see with the crane above. They can get some serious height out of that thing. Absolutely amazing. And there's the wind turbines. And that's pretty much it. There's the green screen. I think there's you can just see a camera in there after this. Yeah, I can see a camera. Fantastic. Yeah. Again, here's the cranes with the screens. You can see this. They've put a blue screen on it. Obviously, blue screen to cover the trees, and green screen maybe for other things. I don't really know the differences between them. And you can see the scene of the marketplace in the background there, and all these like people in vis vests thinking, "I'm so lucky to be here." Everyone craning to watch, see if they can see a celebrity being part of it. Very exciting that Blackpool's been put on the map like this. I mean, it's always been on the map, but this is like the international map now. I'm super chuffed that this is happening. This is 2 hours away from where I am right now, and now that the rain's died down outside a little bit, I'm thinking about jumping in the car and going and seeing what they're doing, because they're there for another couple of days. They've got permission to film. Oh, here you can see, 3 of the shore troopers. I bet they're freezing. It's between 1 and about 8 degrees there. You can see the packs for the radio mics, which could just be comms. You can see people. I mean, it looks like a very friendly place. You know, it's not I don't know, occupied perhaps. But it looks like a happy sort of location or town or whatever in the story. You can see lots of green screens now. And here's just some of the extras, you know, going back to the car park, I guess. What an exciting job it is for them. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. The Star Wars series comes out, I believe. It's releasing in 2022. Andor, set 5 years before Rogue One. And 12 episodes should be coming to our screens. I'm excited about it. The trailer is out there. I'll put a link down below to the trailer if you want to go and watch it. Yeah, they are turfing this stuff out. Will it be as good as Mandalorian? Who knows? What do you know about it? Have you heard anything about it? Because I'm not like a massive pop culture Star Wars fan. I'm interested in film production. I do love Star Wars though. So let me know if you know anything about it. Share it with us down below. If you want to see when I'm thinking about going, by the way, to Blackpool, to Cleveley, because they're there for a couple more days, and I'm thinking I might pop down and do a live stream from there. I'm not sure. The weather here is terrible and it's extremely cold, but we'll see how we go. And if you want to see or get a notification that I've done that, do subscribe. to the channel. There you go. Leave a like, and you'll get a notification if you hit the little bell that I've uploaded a video. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at Flooded, or you can get my own personal one, which is Craig Duncan. I have been Craig. It's been I love making these videos for you, so please do subscribe, and I will see you next time. But for now, from me, it's cheerio. See you later. Bye bye.
Come on, man.